Igor kicked us off. What about asking Migo? But there's something nice about having people close, you know, in the same country.
Because if you're on tour, you want to be able to reach someone and, you know, get support from them if they can help. And I think also because Thrill Jockey has such a diverse back catalog as far as having like Oval, but also Liturgy, but also, you know, putting out like Daniel Higgs. It just felt like a label where it doesn't really say that we're a particular genre. I think it's the opposite of the way a lot of people think about labels, where they want to be associated with like a cool set of signifiers. I've always wanted Matmos to be very flexible about what we actually sound like, where you can't really predict it. So that was another thing that was appealing about Thrill Jockey. Started thinking about it. I was reading about experiments in vision where they would isolate someone's head and make them look at a white surface for 12 hours, 20 hours, and they would start to hallucinate colors and shapes that were not there.
Tell the camera.
And I thought that was interesting, and then the more I read about the experiments, the more then I learned, oh, there's also a context of the sim kind of experiment, but for parapsychology and determining ESP, and I thought, oh, well, I'd like to try this out. And we experimented with our friends, and the first experiments were really intense for me as the person trying to transmit with my mind. I felt immediately a very strong feeling of connectedness that I didn't expect. I kind of thought it would just be a joke, like a fun conceptual art joke. But instead,
yeah, we actually try out these ideas that we have to see if they will work before we make an album.
I mean, there were definitely a lot of moments of doubt where we felt like, okay, this is cool as a concept, but is it going to make music? How are we going to turn this into music? That was the hard part, I think.
Okay, so we had this idea. The overall idea was we would make an entire album only out of piano. And the most spectacular failure was I had this grand idea where we would buy a piano and put wheels on it and take it out to the desert and pull it behind a truck. And we would have microphones inside it, and we would have the pedal, the sustain pedal taped down, you know, wired down. So, and when it would roll through the desert, it would go.
We thought it would like sing like an Aeolian harp or something.
So we bought a piano. We put wheels on it. We got trucks. We got 4 camera for people to do cameras.
Mounted video cameras inside
there
the
were
piano.
cameras in the piano. We went out to the desert. It was this huge.
Yeah, we did it in the salt flats where they test like driving like 200 miles an hour in the desert.
And we get out there and we do it. And it was very fun. It was a fun project. It looked fantastic. And then we listened to the recordings, and the recordings sound like this.
It was a lesson, really, in the fact that you know, sound doesn't care how exciting it looks or what a cool concept it is. You know, I think sometimes the failures, you just learn your limits or you learn to respect the process. It's part of why it takes us so long. You know, this album was like 4 years in the making.
No, wait, what?
When was the last time we both went out clubbing and did hard drugs and stayed up dancing all night?
That would be like 1998. The last time I did hard drugs was a very long time.
I went to a noise festival in West Virginia and did salvia and took acid a few weeks ago. Yeah. That was with with some friends. And
but it's not really club. This is like
it's
noise.
Not clubbing. It's like harsh noise, like. There's a mainstream world of like big Vegas super clubs that are about, you know, electronic dance music, Skrillex style, like big industry music, and then there's an underground of like noise people trying to make techno who, for them, it's very exotic to have a kick drum because they're used to making power electronics, you know. So that's where I hear like really strange, interesting electronic music production, and it's something that's for maybe 50 people in this room right now, and they made something that's just for this party. So it's exclusive, but it's not about like snobbery or something. It's just about something organic.
In the future, people will not be famous for 15 minutes, but they'll be famous for 15 people.
Momus said that, but it's a good statement.